I'm Dr. Andreas, and I'm a microscopist and environmental biologist here at UM. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the parts of a microscope and teach you the best practices for handling and imaging your specimens so that you can see the most amazing things with your microscope. So you see the microscopes aligned in the cabinet like this. No. Don't hold your microscope like a baby. The proper way to handle a microscope is by grabbing the arm with one hand and placing your other hand below the base. This is the proper way to carry your microscope to your bench. In this next section, I'm going to describe the parts of the microscope and how to use them. So we're going to start at the top and work our way down. Starting at the top of the microscope, we have our ocular lenses, or eyepieces. These are a 10x, 10 times magnification. Connected to this is the interpupillary distance adjust. This is something that you'll need to adjust every time you use the microscope, and it adjusts for your personal interpupillary distance so that you can see one circle instead of two circles when you look through the eyepieces. Next up is the objective lenses, and so these are attached to a wheel that you can adjust by rotating it left or right. And we'll start with the 4x objective. So this is a total of 40x magnification when we multiply the 4 of the 4x objective times the 10x in the ocular lens. Next, we have our 10x objective. And moving our wheel, we have rotate now into the 40x objective. Some microscopes may have the 100x objective, which we'll get to at a later video. Next, we see our slide holder, which is a spring-loaded arm that securely fastens the slide into the stage. To move the slide, we can use the stage adjuster to move in the X or Y direction, so left and right, or up and down, by spinning these two knobs. Next, we have the focus knobs. So on each side of the microscope, there are two knobs. A larger knob that is closer to the arm of the microscope is our coarse focus knob, and the smaller knob towards the outside is the fine focus knob. Notice when I adjust the coarse focus knob that it moves the stage a lot. We can go all the way up and all the way down. When I move the fine focus knob, the stage barely moves at all. So if we look at the left side of the microscope, here we have our coarse and fine focus knob, and just in front of that is another knob, and this is the condenser knob. Some microscopes have a condenser, and some microscopes that you'll be using do not. In this model, we do have a condenser. What this does is move the condenser lens up and down, which focuses the beam of light. Attached to the condenser lens is the iris diaphragm. There's a little lever here that slides left and right, which opens and closes the diaphragm. You shouldn't need to adjust the condenser lens, but it's really easy to accidentally turn this knob when you meant to turn the focus knob. So if you accidentally move it down, oops, what do I do? Well, a good rule of thumb is to just raise the condenser lens all the way to the stop position as high as it can go and back it off a quarter turn. Then don't touch that knob again. The next part, moving down the microscope, is your light source. This is literally just a light bulb. And to turn on your light source, you turn the switch. Some microscopes have the switch in the front, and some microscopes might have the switch on the sides. On the side of the microscope, you'll find the intensity for the light source. Right? This is just a wheel that you can adjust to make it brighter at 10 or dimmer as you go down. As you go up in magnification, you'll need to adjust this intensity of light. So your specimen may seem very dim. If you can't see it, turn up the brightness. If it's too bright and it's burning your eye, turn it down. Now that we've covered the parts of the microscope, we're ready to image a specimen. The first step before placing your slide on the microscope is to make sure that the stage is in the lowest position. To do this, adjust your coarse focus so that the stage is all the way down. The second step is to make sure that your lowest power objective, in this case the 4x objective, is in the position above the hole on the stage. Okay? You're going to start with your lowest magnification. The next step is to place your slide onto the microscope. So to do that, pull back the stage arm, slide your slide, and release the arm. This securely holds the slide in place so that you can move it. Okay. What I see students do a lot is just place the slide on top. It can still move, but this is not securely fastened. Once you have your slide securely fastened and your objective lens positioned at the 4x, turn on the microscope. Then adjust the intensity to, I would say, medium brightness. The next step is to take a look at your sample. To do that, first adjust the interpupillary distance so that you see one circle instead of two. Your eyes should be a few inches away from the ocular lenses. Don't put your eyeballs too close to them. The next step is to position your specimen over the field of light. This gives you the best starting point for imaging. If you turn your microscope on and you don't see any light, make sure your diaphragm is open. The next step is to use your coarse focus knob and raise the stage as you're looking through the eyepieces. Slowly, your image will come into focus. Once you have an image that you can see, you can adjust your objective lens and move up in magnification. Right now, I just moved to 10x. Now, I can adjust the focus a little more using the coarse focus. And then I can go up to 40x. Here's where we can adjust using the fine focus. You should be able to see a clear and colorful sample. If you're still having problems seeing your specimen and it still appears blurry after you've used the fine focus, it could be that you need to adjust your diopter. The diopter ring is here on your ocular lens. To do this adjustment, first close your left eye and adjust your sample using your focus knob until you get a clear image. Then open your left eye and close your right eye and adjust the sample using this ring instead of your focus. When you have a clear image, open both eyes and your image should be crisp, should be clear, you should be able to see it. To review our objective lenses, we have our 4x objective, our 10x objective, and our 40x objective. You may be wondering about the 100x objective. This is also called an oil immersion lens and is only to be used with oil on your slide. If you're not using oil on your slide, don't use the 100x objective. You'll be learning about the oil immersion lens later in lab. Once you can see your specimen at 4x objective, you can move up to 10x objective and using the coarse focus, adjust so you can see your specimen. Once you have a fairly clear image, you can move up to 40x objective. Here's where you can only use fine focus. So these longer objective lenses can easily slam into the slide or into the stage if you use the coarse focus. So remember, at 40x, you only use the fine focus knob. It's really important to only use the fine focus when using the higher objective lenses. The reason is that you can slam the objective lens into the glass slide and break it. This is about 15 pounds of broken slides. Don't do it. When you're done, here's how you put it away. First, make sure that you're at the lowest objective. Next, lower your stage using your coarse focus. Make sure you remove your slide and then turn the microscope off. We'd like you to unplug it and wrap up your cord. And don't forget to put your cover on. These microscopes may look ancient, but they're really, really excellent microscopes, and they allow you to see so many wonderful things. If you follow these few tips, you'll be able to see some amazing things in lab. These microscopes are really great. They're also really expensive and fragile, so I like to tell everyone, treat your microscope like you would treat your cell phone without a case.